Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, my special guest is Leonardo and Tiffany. And I met you all, we're here at the Nashville, well, it's not Nashville, it's Columbia, Tennessee, the Rory Feek Homestead Conference.
Yes.
And what made you all show up here?
Well, we been interested in homesteading and building our farm the right way, as you can see on my shirt, Regenerative Farming.
Yeah.
I started watching your video.
Kedesh Farm.
Kedesh Farm. Started watching your video about 2 years ago, and it changed our whole outlook on dealing with our livestock on our farm.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I love how you, when he showed me the video, and I will replay your videos over with the fat tails. I just could not get out of that. Look at that fat. Just look at that. And I was like, okay, I'm sticking with him. So, and he's Kedesh Farm, and I'm Kedesh Farm Homestead.
Kedesh Farm Homestead.
Yes.
Yes.
And you all have YouTube channels.
Yes.
2 YouTube channels.
Now, what's the name of the YouTube channels? But one's
Mine is it's Kedesh Farm, Kedesh Farm Homestead.
okay.
And mine is Kedesh Farm.
Kedesh Farm.
Yes.
Perfect. And so you all run some sheep, and you've got this acreage. How long have you been, basically doing this?
For about dealing with sheep, probably since 2011, 12.
Okay, so you've been in it a while.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
And we did it the conventional way, feed, lots and lots of grain. We grew tons of horns,
And
all the hooves you can imagine. I'm a professional at trimming hooves, and even my older boys are professionals at trimming hooves.
Right.
So you all got your fill of that.
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't want to ever have to go back there. Since we converted our animals over to just pure grass, I'm trying to remember last time I ended up trimming. I haven't trimmed hooves in about a year or two.
That's
It's
awesome.
just amazing.
Do you miss it? Do you miss it?
I do not miss it. I have the shears where I can see them all the time, just to remind myself to stick to what I'm doing right now.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yes.
Well, Tiffany, I met, we were talking the first day we got here. I think we were sitting behind each other, and you came up and introduced yourself.
Yes.
And it just, to me, you both seem like you're having fun.
We are. And I was waiting patiently, and I heard your voice, and I was like, what? I walked straight past Greg Judy. What? But I had to be humble and give you your time with everybody else. But
Well,
God gave us the opportunity to.
I think this is an opportunity for me. I'm serious. You all
We
are
have
just
been waiting to meet you, and
Well.
just thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for your old school knowledge. You just smart. You and Jan are just. You all are just two amazing human beings.
Well, you were saying something about Jan, and you're like, you got Jan around here, and Jan wasn't with me at that time. I'm like, I think I can get Jan, and I forgot how you described Jan, but you said something about she's the one that kind of keeps things straight or something like
Yes.
that.
Yep. Yep. And I recognized that, and I was like, me and her can be friends. we can like cut up and just be friends. So yes, we appreciate you.
Well,
all
I seen
so
you.
much.
I seen you all visit, and it looked like y'all were having a good conversation. So
It's been a learning experience. I even learned, this is our third year
Yes.
coming to the conference, the festival.
Yes.
And it's been just such a blessing with the Salvatons and all the other folks that are teaching all the different
Feed
classes. And
family. Yes.
just, just all the things that they've been able to add as far as knowledge for us
Right.
to continue to go in the right direction.
Yep.
And our goal eventually is to be able to teach other folks. That's the purpose of the YouTube channel.
Yep.
Because our property was an old rundown hayfield that was just, it was trees and just nothing good for animals. It didn't
Depleted.
go.
It was just
It was
depleted.
completely depleted.
Yep.
And now we actually have clover all over the place. We have good grasses growing all over the place.
That's
And it's
phenomenal.
turning around. It's not where we want it, but I'm enjoying the process.
you
along
can
the
see
way.
it's going the right
Oh,
direction.
most
It's a diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
And this is actually our second property, because our first property was that way too.
Yeah, it was a
Really?
Yeah, we when we went there, I was holding on to the back of his shirt, and he had a box with a rope or something around it, and he was walking it down, walking all of that overgrown.
was
and
all
I'm like,
weeds.
and I'm just like, oh my gosh! But we walked that land. We
Yeah.
walked that land,
Wow.
and that was a foreclosed farm.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
So,
It's been turned around. We did
Yes.
started doing the hay,
Yep.
letting the sheep eat on the hay, and
Yep.
actually come that spring, we actually had seeds from the hay, clover.
You can
I did
see
a-
it. You
Oh, we
see
can
it coming
We
up.
can see the distinct line.
So you use the animal tool,
Yes.
the hooves, and you had to feed them anyway, so you put some
Yeah.
hay out there, and now
Yes.
you're growing grass.
Yes. Good grass.
Good grass.
Yes.
Not just trash grass,
Yeah.
but good grass. And we've noticed, we call it the training grounds. When we took our animals off of feed, they were not happy. And we did lose some animals.
Yep.
When we started the rotational, due to the lack of grasses that we didn't have,
Right.
we had to keep them in paddocks just a little bit longer than what I wanted. We noticed the parasite load kicked in, but I just recall hearing you say, if they can't handle the parasites, you need to get rid of them.
Yes.
A lot of them got rid of themselves.
Yeah.
And the ones that we could treat, we treated, but we knew we had to get rid of those.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we ended up out of, I think we had at one time 30 something sheep. We ended up with 10.
Yep.
And that's our seed flock. And we got us a good ram. And we started breeding, and we had 14, I think 12 to 14 babies
14.
this spring. Because
Yep.
we put the ram in December, just like you teach.
Yep.
Yes.
And we started having babies in May, and they ended up being nice and healthy.
Yes.
Leonardo, you said you put the ram in December, so when you lamb, did you have to put them in a barn and all that?
No,
Nope.
no.
Not
Would
at
you
all.
recommend anybody doing that?
She told me the other day, it's raining outside. I said, they'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to.
Tiffany, they'll be fine.
I know, and I heard your voice say that too. And he was telling me, but as a mom, as a a covering.
Yep.
We
Oh,
mothers
I-
like covering.
Yes,
But I'm
yeah.
like, okay, I don't want to hinder their immune system. I don't want to hurt the rumen. I don't want to hurt their just them getting stronger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just growing stronger, and the baby, they got to get acclimated to outside.
They got good and
You
wet
know,
acclimated.
so yeah, and,
Yeah.
so
And they
I'm
survived.
just-
Yes.
And I had to let it go. I had to just let it go. It's a saying that he says, you got to let the chicken die.
That's right, that's right, that's right. Well, you know,
So-
Tiffany, if you look at the sheep, they've got a really nice, wool, it's more of a fleece lining in there. And when they get wet, they're fine.
Yeah.
A baby goat gets wet and they can't get dry, they're a lot more apt to get pneumonia. But sheep, it doesn't hurt them.
I believe that, especially with the wool. So
yeah.
I had to just stop psyching myself out like
Yeah.
that and listen to my husband. And
What's your favorite part of this whole thing, Tiffany?
being able to wake up every single morning and look out my window, and my sheep are right there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right there, and then we homeschool our children, and so being able to, our youngest son is 11, and so being able to watch him just go outside and spend his time with his herd, with
Yeah.
the babies and all, and so that's just it's a peaceful moment, and that's how we start our mornings out with the animals. And so
Wow.
it just really it allows us to have just a pleasant day, you
Yeah.
know, throughout. No matter what, things are gonna happen on the farm.
Right.
But still, it's been less worry and stress with us making changes through your advice on our farm.
Yeah.
And so it's just so much peaceful, Greg. So
Wow.
much.
That's pretty prophetic right there. I mean, that's cool. I can't think of a better way to start a morning.
Yeah, right.
You know? Yeah.
Yep. And so
Yeah.
hearing them at our window and
Or
And-
wherever they're at, because
Yeah.
we rotate them.
Yeah.
or in the
Yeah.
middle or whatever. So, but when we rotate them in the backyard, and just that's my alarm clock, is hearing a baby sheep or lamb hollering for her mom, and,
Yep.
and the
Yep.
mom is calling them back or whatever. So, but
Yeah.
that's the noise that I wake up to in the morning.
That's awesome. Leonardo, what's your favorite part of this?
Not having to worry about trimming hooves.
Yep.
I have to worry about growing horns, and just having healthy sheep.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
such a relief
Yes.
not to look out there and wonder, who am I going to find dead?
Yes.
It's such a peaceful to be able, like she said, when I get up and go to work in the morning time, I know I'm going to look out there and see sheep that are alive.
And seeing your pastures get better each
Yes.
year.
Oh, and they're
That's got to be
beautiful. They're
really.
beautiful.
I know
And seeing Bounty babies all over the place.
Well,
Fat.
it's
fat.
crazy. My neighbor has horses right next
Yeah.
door to me. Complete difference.
Yeah.
I had to put a hot wire up to keep his horses off
From
my
eating
side.
our side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just because the
Mashing down your
difference.
fence.
Yeah.
But I woke up one morning and his horse was in my back pasture.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just because we have the better
Better grass.
Yeah.
better grass,
Yeah.
and it just see the distinct difference. I know when we first started this out, my neighbors thought we were crazy. I really don't care.
Don't care.
Conventional farmers thought I was crazy, even with the property that we have in Lewisburg.
Yep.
My neighbor was like, "What in the hell are you doing?" I said, "Just sit back and watch." And now he see,
Yep.
and he's really convinced. Like, I didn't understand this, but I
Yeah.
like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Please teach me.
That's
and
awesome.
that's the purpose
Yep.
right here of Kedesh Farm is to teach others to just have that peace of mind knowing that your animals are going to be okay by God's creation.
That's right.
That's so
Sacrifice.
cool. Well,
That's what it
Tiffany and
Leonardo.
Leonardo, what if we could duplicate you all, millions of you across the landscape of America? Think what this country
Oh my
would look
gosh.
like.
That would be
like-
beautiful.
What climate problems or however they want to label it or
Yeah.
greenhouse gases, all that. It was just, that would be just
It would be
completely out the
dissipated.
window.
It'll
Yeah.
go away. And
But
it's,
it's just, look at the health, what it would do for us.
Yes.
Not only the animals out
Yes.
there, but the health of us. Because what the animals eat is basically what we're going to
That's
eventually
right.
be eating.
Yes.
And if we take care of this land, and it will be there for the future kids.
that's right.
Tom Cross in his talk today, which he's a very, very knowledgeable fellow, he's shown the data where the United States is spending like 4.4 trillion on healthcare.
Wow.
4.4 trillion, that's a big number.
That's a very big
Why
number.
is that? It's because we don't have healthy food.
That's right.
Yeah, because the animals, our conventional way of when we started out doing this, I was using, I'm not going to name any names, but all the parasite resistant
Yep,
medication
yep,
or
yep.
parasite killing medication.
We had a big
just-
old feed bill.
Yeah, it was just all those things
Huge.
that everybody else was doing, we were doing it.
Yeah.
And we thought it was okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying, hey, what you're doing is
That's what you
we're
need to
doing.
do.
Yeah, it's what you need to do. But once I started watching your videos and just doing my own studies, and it just made sense. Animals are made, especially sheep, are made to eat grass.
Yep.
That's right.
They're not made to eat grain and put all that pesticides and herbicides inside their body. They're made to eat grass. Just
Yep.
keep
Right.
it simple.
Yep.
And it's been so peaceful for us to just keep it so simple
Yep.
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 and not grow broom sedge.
And hooves.
I thought I was the only one that had broom
No,
sedge.
sir. My whole entire farm was just
Oh, it was horrible.
full of broom sedge. But you know, when we bought the property, before we bought the property, I had already started watching your videos. I looked at this as an opportunity to be able to show people this is what it was and this
Yep.
is what it is.
Yes, and he's doing a great
And
job.
we're
at it.
in that process right now, showing people what it is.
Perfect.
I mean, I have clover growing everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I buy the right kind of hay. I don't buy hay with
Yep.
pesticides or anything that's been sprayed or herbicides in it.
Yep.
That's right.
And it's been a big difference and a big change. So it's just, as they say, keep it simple. Oh my gosh, this is, to me, it's just the no-brainer to go this way of taking care of your animals.
Yeah.
And it does make it simpler. And,
Yeah.
and just being on and understanding instead of going against the grain.
Right.
Doing it together. And I know as we grow in this together, we become even more closer together.
Yeah.
But you can't, and operating it as a family. So not only he's doing it, not only have I learned, but our children
Yes.
have learned how to do it also.
And that's your heritage.
Yes,
Yeah, that's right.
That's our heritage.
Yeah.
Yep, and land is a heritage. And so with the two properties, can it be stressful at times? It balances out.
Yeah.
You gotta just reset, but you gotta keep moving forward because you see how you're prospering.
Yep.
And then you see what you're benefiting from, the labor of love
Yep.
that you're putting out there. And so, yes, it's
Well, I
worth
knew
it.
there was a reason I wanted to do an interview with you too. I didn't realize y'all were going to knock it out of the park.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, this has been a really heartwarming interview. I can feel the passion in both of you. It's just awesome.
Thank you.
And I want to give a plug to your all's YouTube channel. So I'm going to put on my description is Kedesh Farm.
Yes.
Yes.
And then over here, Tiffany, it's
Kedesh Farm Homestead.
Kedesh Farm Homestead.
On
Make
YouTube
sure.
and Instagram.
Okay.
Yes.
And that'll get you on Instagram. That's your Instagram handle?
Yes.
And Facebook both.
No, just
Just Instagram. Okay,
yes.
perfect. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you both again, Leonardo and Tiffany, and the best of luck to you all.
Thank you. Thank
And-
you for this
much.
opportunity, Greg. We appreciate you and Jan.
Yes, thank y'all
we,
so much.
we appreciate
You
you
done
all.
met your new family now.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
know.
we love
Uncle
it.
Greg.
Uncle Greg.
Well,
I said it in one of my YouTube videos. I had mine being spread out, so Uncle Greg could be proud of me.
He did. He really did.
I love it. I love it. Thank you both.
Thank
All right.
you.
Folks, y'all on the way out, if you'd hit that subscribe button, I'd appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.